Um, yeah, good morning to all of you. Welcome back to our class for today, and I'm so glad that you come. You logged in and joined my class for today. All right. So, so last time we talked about how are we going to reduce the things, or reduce the waste or the rubbish that we are going to that we throw every single day. Yeah, every single day we throw what different trash or rubbish in different trash can. So most of the time, the trash or the rubbish that we thrown away, if we will not throw it properly to the bin or to the proper waste area, where will be that rubbish going? It will go to the ocean and some into the landfills. And what is landfill? Landfill is a place where all the rubbish will end. Say that. But if we will not help to minimize the rubbish every single time or every single day, what will happen to the landfill? Okay, the landfill or dump site will be full. So there will be a big problem on it. So this time, what for that, in order to help, you have to minimize using plastics in your houses. Okay, minimize using plastics. And if you go to the grocery stores, you can bring your own bags so that there will be no plastic anymore, right? So plastics are very harmful to our surroundings. Do not throw plastics everywhere. You can throw it to a proper place, okay, which is the bin, trash can. So this time, we will be talking about what is light. So what is light? Maybe some people are asking that, what is light exactly? What is light? So I will tell you later the meaning of the light. So let's see and let us know what is light. Let's explain to us how what is the importance of the light to us and what is light. So let's proceed to the next one right here. Light is a form of energy that enables us to see things around us. See that? This is a big help to each one of us because it really helps us to see what's happening to our surroundings. I can see the people who are walking. I can see the teachers walking there. I can see all the things. I can see the colors here. I can appreciate the colors here in the room for the reason that there is light. If there is no light, of course, I cannot see the things around me. I cannot able to see all the beautiful, images here inside the room, where I cannot see the different colors around me if there is no light. Or even I cannot walk straight without the light. So for us, light brightens our world and make it visible. Yes, visible means you can see. Visible, that is word that word is called visible. See that? You can see the things around you. It is because of the presence of the light. Light is very important. See that? Look at the picture. I can see that there are trees there because of the presence of the sun. See that? You can appreciate the beauty of the world if you will go to the mountain, or shall we say, if you will go to the top of the building and look around you, you can see, wow, this place is so beautiful. Why? You said that that place is beautiful because of the presence of light. So light is very important to the people and to all living organisms. All right? I mean, not to all, but to some living organisms. So light, but for us human beings, light is the #1 source that we need every time. So what would we do without light? So this is a question. I want you to answer this one. Just to raise your hand if you want to answer. What would we do if there is no light? Who wants to share your ideas? See, what would we do? Very simple question, and I want also a very simple answer. So what would we do if there is no light? See, if there is no light, what would we do? Japan?
Okay. Isha, what would we do when we don't have light?
Yes.
Okay. But we can alive when we didn't have light. We need to stay in the dark.
All right, thank you. What else? No more? So I understand the main point of Japan is that if there is no light, we will live or stay in the dark places. Say that we experience darkness if there is no light. We cannot see our parents. We cannot see our friends. We cannot see our cars. We cannot see anything. Our eyes will be useless without the presence of the light. So we have to be thankful that there is light. The second question, what would happen if there is no light? Okay. The first is what would we do without light? So we cannot do anything. We will just stay at home. So what would happen if there is no light? All right, who can answer? What will happen if there is no light? What would happen? All right, who wants to answer this question? What will happen if there is no light? And we know that light is so important, very essential to each one of us. All right, I will be the one to answer because no one is raising their hands. Japan, do you want to answer? What would happen if there is no light? Japan, do you want? All right, see, Japan wants to say something.
Okay. What will happen? There is no light. So the plants need the light. So no light, the plants
Yes, yes.
are die. You know?
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for that, Japan. Japan has, you know, actually, Japan has lot of sense, no? He talks about that the plants need light, right? So if there is no light, the plants will die. And not only plants will die. If there is no plants, the people will be affected as well. We will die too, because most of the food that we eat are coming from the plants. We eat fruits, we eat rice, and the plants, and the animals as well, are eating plants also. The primary source of food for the animals are plants. So if there's no plants, the animals will die. Of course, the people will be affected as well. The people, I think it will be dead as well. So without light, we cannot do things that we want to do. See, light is very important. And you know, what is luminous object? Objects that produce their own light are light sources. Say that. Remember, the light that produces their own light are called light sources. In other words, they are also called luminous object. So if you can see that those light that produces their own light are called luminous object. So anything that has light, that is called luminous object. Like this, the sun produces its own light. See that? The sun produces its own light. It is the main source of light. So what is the main source of light? The main source of light on earth is the sun. and there is no other except the sun. Okay, the sun can give us light. Only one sun for 9 planets. So the number one source of light is the sun. The main source of light is the next. Here's the question. Where does light come from? Where does light come from? Do you know? Where does light come from? Right, answer is here. Light can come from different sources. Okay? Light can come from different sources, not only from the sun, but there are other objects that produces light. Example, okay? Light can come from different sources. We have example, we have the lamp. Yes, the lamp produces light by the help of the electricity. See, produces light as well. What about this one? Stars are also produces light. Of course, we have the fireworks. Fireworks produces light as well. Next, we have the bonfire. The bonfire produces light as well. So anything that produces light is called luminous object. Oh no, it's lightning. Lightning produces its own light. Oh, let's proceed because, all right. Next, we have the neon light. The neon light is usually used for advertising. What? Advertising companies. So they use neon light in order to what? To attract the customers to get in. Okay, neon light. So this is also another example of source of light, which is luminous object. Candles produces light as well. So considered as luminous object. So another thing we have here, yeah, candle lights. Most of the light come from the sun. Okay, most of the light come from the sun. A lamp is light source too. See that? A lamp is a light source too. It uses electricity to make light. So not the same with the sun because the sun produces naturally, while a lamp produces by the use of electricity. If there's no electricity, the lamp will have no uses at all. Can you give more examples of an object that produces its own light? Who can give an example? Who can give an example of an object that objects that produces light? Who can give me? Raise your hand, please. Who can give an object which produces its own light? Yes, not Nietzsche.
Con này.
It is Mirin. Not Nietzsche, is Mirin. Mirin, can you give me one example of an object that produces its own light? What is that, please?
Flashlight.
Flashlight. Yes, flashlight is a luminous object because there is a light in it. So what else? Your name is not Nietzsche, right? Not Nietzsche. No, this is Mirin. I'm actually looking at you, but I cannot see you. All right, what else? What else? What else? Who can give more example of an object that produces its own light? Okay. Who can give? No. No more? No more? Okay, no more? Okay, no more. So flashlight is one of the examples. So let's proceed. See, a light source, we don't have time. A light source is anything that makes light, whether natural or artificial. Okay? A light source is anything that makes light, whether natural or artificial. See? So what do you mean by natural sources? Natural light sources. Natural light sources include the sun and the stars, and many more. Artificial sources include lamp posts and televisions. A natural means no one is what? No one is creating it. No one creating the certain object. It is from the natural phenomenon. But artificial, in other words, artificial is man-made. It created by a man or yeah, people, created by the people, like the lamps. Lamp has light or produces light, but but the lamp produces artificial light only. Without the electricity, without the battery, the lamp cannot produce its own light. The televisions cannot produce its own light because they are only man-made, or shall we say it's artificial. Okay? So natural light is no one is making or no one is creating for no other person. Okay, this is not made by person, so it's natural. Another example: without light sources, we could not see the world around us. However, not every object we can see is a light source. See that? Again, I will read it again. Without light sources, we could not see the world around us. However, not every object we can see is a light source. Yes, is a light source. What is light source? A light source, in other words, it's luminous. But we have another topic for this one. Luminous and not luminous. Light source and not light source. So let's focus on the natural light and artificial light sources. So what is natural light? Natural light sources are all natural from the surroundings. No one is creating them. What about the artificial? Artificial is what is man-made. So that's the different example here. Right inside. So let's see. Some animals are natural light sources, like fireflies and most jellyfish can produce their own light. They can glow in the dark. So that is what natural light sources. Firefly, yes. Jellyfish, does firefly use electricity to produce light? No. Does jellyfish use electricity to produce light? It's a no as well. So jellyfish and fireflies, jellyfish and firefly are both um, give off natural light sources. No one is creating them or creating. So here, stars and lightning are what? Natural light sources as well. So the stars and also the lightning, natural light sources. What about this one? Is it natural or artificial? Who can answer? Is it natural or artificial? Is it natural or artificial? Let's see. Marine?
Artificial.
Thank you. Thank you. This one is artificial. For what reason? Because candle is man-made, created by man. What about the second picture? Artificial light sources or artificial light source or natural light source? Who can answer? All right, so someone is raising their hands here. Let me see. Yes. All right, so who can answer this one? Who created this one? Who created bonfire? No one? No one? Can you help me, please? All right, so natural source is natural phenomena that you can see around you. But artificial is man-made. So what do you think about this one? Who created this one? Is it man-made or a natural phenomena only? Who created this one? Nature or people? No one? Okay, I will answer. This is an artificial light source. What about the fireworks? Is it artificial or a natural light source? Marine, only Marina. Where's the, where are the others? Okay, Marine, what is your answer?
Artificial light.
Artificial light source. Very good, thank you. So what about the light bulb? Who can answer? Is it natural or artificial? Yes? Is it natural or artificial? Who can answer? Who can answer? Okay, again, I will tell you again. What is natural? Created only by the nature or the nature itself. No one is created that thing. Okay, they have light because of, you know, the nature. No one is creating them. What about the artificial? Artificial, someone is creating them. So what about this one, the light bulb? Is it artificial light source or natural light source? Who can answer? Please answer, please. Natural or artificial? Japan, where are you? Tugtim, do you want to answer Tugtim? Is it natural or artificial? Japan, yes, Japan? Yes.
So what choice?
What? What is your answer?
No. What? Natural and what? To answer.
Natural and artificial, yes.
Artificial.
What?
Artificial.
Is there what? It's
Artificial.
artificial.
Is this
Okay.
correct?
Yes, your answer is correct. Thank you. Okay, what about the second one here? Next, what is this? Is it natural or artificial? Is it natural or artificial? Okay, what is your answer? Who can answer? Is it natural or artificial? Who can answer with this one? Is it natural or artificial? Mirin?
Artificial.
Artificial, thank you. Next is Tugdim. Natural or artificial? Natural or artificial?
Artificial.
Artificial, very good. See that? Surpass? Yes, surpass. Okay, here. Artificial light sources or where is the dim? All right, artificial light sources or Wait, what happened to this one? Red Surapas, what is your answer for this one?